In today's video, I'm going to give you a full breakdown of the trades that I've taken in the last 3 months, what I've made, what I've lost, everything from A to Z on top of the actual trades that I've taken. And it's just going to be a very transparent view into my life as a swing trader, a day trader, someone that invests a lot. But before I get into this video, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Sumi. I make a lot of videos about my lifestyle, about dating, about relationships, about a lot of different things. Hit that bell notification to stay on top of all my videos. Click the links down below. And if you're in my private group, you're someone that's been accessing these trades. So shout out to you if you've been following along, and let's jump into today's episode. Before I show you these results, let me be very clear, options trading is risky. Income can be very unstable here. I know a lot of day traders that live a very chaotic life because when you are living off the income that you are making and then using to invest, it can kind of be so many things at once. Luckily for me, I'm very fortunate to have other businesses that stabilize my income. So this account that I'm going to show you is just an account that I aggressively trade in. I have a lot of different accounts that I use for trading, some that are more so aggressive, some that are more so medium risk, and then I have a larger amount of the more conservative accounts because I put a lot of my money into conservative investments because at this stage of my life, I'm just really allowing that to grow and compound, and the interest I make off there is pretty good. But there are still accounts that I quote unquote day trade in. Now, I don't necessarily enter and leave a position in a day, which is technically day trading. I more so swing trade, which means that I enter it in. I have about 2-3 months that I kind of let it sit for, and then I exit out, I trim as it kind of matures. So I'm going to break down the last 3 months of trading. This breakdown has been to educate you on my journey, not necessarily given out as financial advice. Anytime you hear advice on the internet about money or finances, please understand that you should do so at your own risk. Just because I'm doing this does not mean that you should do it. Just because I made money on this does not mean that tomorrow you should go trade the same trades that I've traded. If you want to get my trades real time, there's a link down below to join my private group. But I want you to understand that the information that I'm giving in this video is real. It's been tracked. I'm showing you guys transparently what I did, my wins, my losses, everything in between, but it does not mean that you should go ahead and try to implement this. If you're new to trading, my opinion is that you probably should get some kind of help, some kind of mentorship. It can be a very quick way to lose money. And once again, for legal purposes, this is not financial advice. You know, I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm just showing you what I do in my own life. So if you're in my private group, you already know what these numbers are, but for those of you who are not, let's get into it. So I've got all the data here on my Lappy Toppy, and in the last 3 months, I have a total of 37 trades. I have a total net P&L of $79,945.83. I have a total invested of $78,083.91. My total percentage gain is 102.38%. My average profit and loss is $26,648.61. My average profit per trade is $2,160.70. My average trade size is roughly about 2K. It's $2,111.38. My success rate with all my trades is 35%. 35% of my trades were profitable. And I don't necessarily have an average trade duration, but they're typically from 1 to 3 months because I typically swing my options. So let's break this down month by month. So in June of 2025, I took a total of 14 trades. I had a net profit and loss of $43,799.13. And I had a few big wins. My big wins were Coin, which I made 25K from, Roblox, which I made about 23,000 from, and SPY, which I made about 10,000 on. I had some losers. I want to show you my losers. I had Tesla calls, which I lost $2,340. SPY puts, $2,370. Amazon calls, $2,979. Now, one thing I want you to be very aware of, my sizing with the losses is going to be very, very similar because in options trading, the losses should be a similar size depending on how many positions you're taking. So my position size is typically 2K. Now, what you're going to see in the next month is I have substantial losses because I've taken multiple trades with the same stock. So if they come off like 10 or 12K, it's because I've taken 6 positions of 2K with that particular stock. So my win rate on that month is 6 out of 14. You're thinking, hey, you lost more than you won, but you made more money. That's the beauty of options trading. And I'm going to break this down as the video goes on about how my strategy is typically not that I need to win more than I lose. It's about I need a few good winners out of many to be able to make a ton of money. And obviously right now you can pause the video and I'll allow you to see my trades, the exact trades that I've taken. So you can go ahead and pause this and reverse engineer and do the math yourself. You can see exactly how much I made. But I want to show you this, guys, for transparency, the ones that I've made money on and the ones that I've lost money on. All right, let's go into July 2025. I've taken a total of 15 trades at a net profit or loss of $42,181.40. I had some big wins with Coin, with Hood, with BA, NVIDIA, and I also had some losses with SPY puts, 12,000, multiple expirations here that did not work out for me, which is okay. I had QQQ puts, which I lost $3,600 on. And so my win rate is 5 out of 15. So last month it was 6 out of 14. Now it's 5 out of 15. Very similar. A little bit lower on this month, 33%, but still, I'm making money. I'm profitable by about $42,000. We're going to list the trades out here for July. Take a moment and pause this video if you need to. let's go ahead and jump into August 2025. Total of 8 trades, not many trades in August. I actually lost money in August. I lost $6,000. I had some small wins with Apple. I had Amazon, but I had bigger losers. I had gold, I lost 3,000. Shop, I lost 4,000. Spy puts, I lost a total of $8,600. So I was 2 out of 8. I didn't take that many trades, so I'm not really worried about this one. 25%, but that's the name of the game. That's the big thing with options. Sometimes you win money, sometimes you lose money. Generalistically, over a 3-month to 6-month rolling average, we want to be profitable, okay? I'm not a month-to-month trader. Because my trades are 1 to 3 month swings, I'm like a 3-month type of guy. I don't look at profits in a 1-month basis. I look at them more so quarterly. So that's one thing that you have to understand about my trading style. Look, trading is a great way to make money if you don't have to put the time, effort, energy, and thought into creating the trades, which is exactly what we do in our private group. We do all the legwork and give out our options to where you can follow, you can make them even better, or sometimes you can actually lose money if you try to do your own thing. What I can guarantee you with the options is if you follow my trades to an exact T, you will emulate the same percentages that I have in my trading accounts. Now, the account that I traded these options with is sized at $200,000. It's not the most amount of money in the world, but it's a very aggressive strategy. So my account is $200,000. I typically size the positions at 1%, which is $2,000 per trade. If you were to emulate this in your own account, let's say you had $25,000, 1% of that would be $250 per trade. If you take 37 trades times 250, which means you have $9,250 deployed, you'd have an expected net P&L for $9,986, which is 102.38%, which is what I had, which means that your new balance on that $25,000 account will be $34,986 after 3 months of trading if you followed the last 3 months of trading strategies. $50,000 account would be $69,972 based off the same formula, and a $100,000 account would be $139,945 based off that same principle. These are just projections that I have made based off the last 3 months of trading. The next 3 months of trading will be very different. I'll try to give you guys more updates if you're interested in this kind of information, but I like to show what I am making, what I am losing, and I like to really be transparent with it. And as you can see, the numbers are good. I'm not necessarily making the craziest amount of money on this particular account. Mind you, I have other accounts that invest as well that are more so conservative. They're more so stable. They may not have as high of percentage gains, but they're really what feed my investment engine. That's what I kind of call it. So I have a lot of different accounts that are feeding into my general net worth and the general money I have invested, and they all adopt different strategies. And that way I can diversify my risk and I can really build a strong financial portfolio that's going to really stabilize me for the rest of my life. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you found it useful. If you guys have any questions about what I do with option trading, please feel free to DM me on Instagram. Click the link down below if you ever want to join our private group where I give out all these trades to all of our members real time. And until next time, guys, peace.